blackness, that black power, that black pushing them to identify with black culture. I think that's what
Welcome back to Black and Classic Podcast. I am your host, Brittany Monet, and we are back for episode 112. I am so excited to be talking to you guys today. I'm real chill right now, so that should tell you one thing. We taking it back to the old days. Now, if you're a new person up and around here, back in the day, we used to get us some tequila, throw us back some shots, have a drink as long as it had tequila in it, and we would just chop it up, sit down, girl time. We would just, have a nice little powwow. But things got a little changed. We talked politics, got a little too serious. So today I am taking it back and we are going to talk all things love, relationships, social media, all that old good shit that we used to love. Now you're going to ask me, Brittany, how did you come to saying, let's sit down and talk about the old things? Well, I wanted to sit down and talk about the old things because I am probably like many of you, single, young, thriving, but of course, now you're ready to settle down, have a relationship, have a partner, things of that nature. But it is wicked out here. The streets, are dangerous, okay? And it is hard. It is hard. However, now I will say this. In this episode, I will sound like a hypocrite. Will not lie to you. I will sound like a hypocrite. But it's only because, like I always say, when I talk to y'all, I'm talking to myself as well, right? So it's through me to y'all about me as well, right? I'm never talking like I'm above y'all. I'm not in this with y'all. No, 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 no. This is about me as well. So what I'm going to say, how do I want to start this? How do I want to start this with y'all? What I'm going to say is basically you got to get out of your old routine, step into something new in order to find what you are looking for, right? A lot of times what I found is that you sit into the same specific circle, you talk with the same people about the same shit, doing the same shit, and you get the same shit, right? You are what you attract. So if you are attracting the same type of person, it may be a little different variation because you're changing just a little bit, but it's still the same situation over and over again. It's probably you. You have to change what you are attracting because it's whatever you're giving out, you're pulling back in. So if you are constantly saying women want to be flued out, they only want to have expensive dates, they don't want to do anything that's like within my means, they want to live like, these Instagram models, they want to live like, they have to post everything. If that's your outlook on dating and dating different women, then you probably should want to date a different type of woman. You probably don't want to keep dating the woman that you're meeting at the club, from the club. She know you by the club, like she knows you by the party. If that's how she knows you, you're probably gonna get the same results, sir. Like that's just common sense. On the flip side, if we're looking at us, the ladies, if we're saying, well, these men ain't shit, all they do is this, all they do is that, we complain about them, no real man wants to, they don't take out the trash no more, they don't fix cars, yada yada yada, but you keep attracting the same man that sends you the bare minimum a good morning text. He is inconsistent, he has drama in all of his life areas, it's a mess. He shows you attention when he needs to and then he dips out. And you're just like, why do I keep running into this? Why is it so hard? It's hard because you are what you attract. And if you are emotionally unavailable, be real with yourself because you're just going to attract someone else who is emotionally unavailable. You're not going to attract someone who's available to you and seeking the same things you want if you continue to run in the same circle. Now, the broad thing of this is social media. A lot of us live in our phones, me included. A lot of us live in our phones. Personally, I feel like if you don't have a business or something that is going to, generate some type of income, some type of profit for you, if you're just on social media to be on social media, you might as well delete it. you might as well delete it. Because what are you there for? You know what I mean? You need to go outside, touch grass. You need to go and find a hobby. You need to do something that gets you off of your phone and off of just scrolling endlessly. Because if you're not using your phone to make you money, there's no reason that you need to sit on social media or have a social media account. To be perfectly honest, if I wasn't here trying to do a podcast and do my thing and create something for myself, I wouldn't have social media. If you know me, you know I love to delete a social media account, okay? In a heartbeat, I'm deleting it. Don't even care. It just is what it is for me. I'm actually trying to fall in love with social media, fall in love with the different trends and the different things that happen and different ways you can, work with the algorithm and all of these different things. It changes very fast, but I'm trying to fall in love with it so I stick through it so this can become something, right? But if I didn't have this going, oh baby, please. It would be no IG Brittany. I don't see the point in it. And the reason why I say that so comfortably is simply because we start to get caught up in the rhetoric and the narrative that's online, and we take that as our reality. We take that as something that's gospel, that's Bible, and it is not. So what I have seen just from interacting with different men is like a man, he seemed cool, he seemed great. Next thing you know, he's either posting an Instagram reel or he's sharing a meme, and he has all these thoughts and opinions of how true it is, how accurate it is, and then he starts comparing me to the meme that he's seen. So he's seen a meme on Justin LeBoy's page. All of a sudden, that meme is about me and every other girl he's ever talked to. That meme is about every other woman his friend has ever dealt with. And it's like, actually, no. Actually, no, you can't compare me to your Justin LeBoy meme, sir. You can't do that. I am not she and she is not me. Exactly. I'm not her, okay? Like, I have my own personality. I have my own identity. I have my own characteristics. I have my own flaws. I am my own person. So when you try to run me against what you know on social media, you're going to fail. You're going to count me out, one. And two, you're going to fail because that's not me. You should have just got to know me. But what you did was you had this imaginary checklist of all the things your podcast bros tell you, and you ran me up against it. And any little thing that I did, you were like, exactly. My phone told me that about you. Your phone didn't tell me shit about me. It didn't tell you not a goddamn thing. The only person that can tell you about me is me. If I didn't tell you, if I didn't show you, if you didn't experience that with me, then to me it's invalid. And I think that's the struggle that we're in, is when everyone is so social media addicted. I guess that's the best term I can use. They're addicted to this social media. They're addicted to people telling them what they believe, what they feel. And I'm like, half of y'all, if y'all actually go out on dates, you'll see that by and large, a lot of women aren't expecting you. Listen, let me pause right there. Like I said, depending on what group you are in. So if you're in the group of the mamas that want to be flued out, then of course you're in the group of the mamas that want to be flued out. So no matter what girl you meet, she's going to want to be flued out because that's the pool you're in. That's the group you're a part of. That's what she expects because that's what you're socializing with. If you step out of that group, should you actually be serious about wanting to be in a relationship, should you step out of that group, go find another group somewhere, you may actually find that not every woman wants that. I know, I'll be damned, right? You may actually find that. Now, on the flip side, for women, if you decide that you actually want a man that's about something, he about his business, he do what he say, okay, he put his money where his mouth is, he out here making a way for himself, you want to break generational curses, he is doing a damn thing. You can't find him at any type of, I call them hashtag parties, right? So those are the parties that are like 1, 2, 3 bootylicious, down at the bar, ladies free before 11. He's not there, Miss Girl. Okay. I know back in the 90s they made the club sound like that's where you was following the ballers and the shot callers. That's what we thought was gonna happen. But baby girl, he's not there. Okay. He's not at your day parties. He could be at a day party, but the day party got to be very upscale, okay? It probably cost you $75 for the ticket. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. He might be there. Anywhere free before such and such hour? He not there. Anything where it has to be a certain type of vibe. You know what I'm saying? Like you could meet him out, but y'all know the parties he not gonna be at. So when y'all get dressed up in your Fashion Nova's finest, thinking y'all gonna find you a good man in the club, I beg to differ. Will not lie to you. I beg to differ. However, speaking to myself, you might want to go, find your man at the gym. Join like a group, a running club, a fitness club, boxing, kickboxing. Hello, you know what I'm saying? Do something like that. Maybe you gotta join a Pilates place, right? Go to wherever your nearest best Pilates place is. Join Pilates, intermingle with the ladies, socialize with those ladies. Some of them are probably engaged, married, maybe the instructor's engaged and married. They're having, a 4th of July event. Maybe they're planning a Labor Day boat trip, right? And they're like, oh, come. 2 of my friends are single. They're so great. They're lovely. All his friends is getting engaged, married. They got kids. That's the group you want to be a part of. That group. The group that's on the way to marriage and engagement and kids and building a family. That's the group we want to join. The group that always want to go out to the club and shake ass and be turned up drunk, falling over each other. That's not too much the group you want to be a part of. If exactly you want to be serious about being in a relationship. A lot of us don't seem like we want to be serious because we're scared to change our group. We're scared to change our routine. We love scrolling on social media and just liking it and sharing with our friends about exactly. That's why niggas ain't shit, sis. That's why they ain't shit. Babe, you are so ain't shit. Ain't shit attract ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you were actually a woman who, and maybe you are, but babe, you don't get out the house. You gotta go outside and touch grass, little mama. You gotta go outside, find yourself, like I said, any type of fitness thing, because that's what, a good man loves to work out. Okay, hello. Go and find you a fitness class to join or something like that. Go find what a married woman be so you can socialize. Maybe they got a brother who's, ready to settle down. All of those things, you gotta go and find that. You won't find that. Literally, you will not find that on your couch. You will not find that. A lot of times you won't find it on the job. You won't find that at the club, at your hashtag parties. It's not going to be there. No matter how hard you try to wish and hope and pray, it's not happening. Because when you go to those parties, remember, the same party that you went to, guess where he found that party? On social media. So guess what that means? Social media already got that mind, baby. Social media already got that mind, okay? You need to be somewhere where a man don't need to be sitting on his phone. You know what I'm saying? Where like when you join a group, he may have heard about this through word of mouth. His coworker was, doing this boxing class and said, yo, you got to come check out this boxing class. He came, he joined, and he loved it. Now there you are, bam. You know what I'm saying? Right where you need to be. But if we so focused on being at all the hot lit spots, we gonna miss out on some things. Especially if we think social media got all the answers. They don't. Social media does not have all the answers. Social media is telling you all types of lies. And I don't want to say lies. The reason why I don't want to say lies, I take that back. I don't want to say lies. What it is, what I found, is people don't understand algorithm. So what your algorithm does, no matter if you just glance at it, you don't have to like it. If you sit on a post for too long, your algorithm's going to read that and say, oh, she likes stuff like this. He likes stuff like this. So it's going to continue to feed that to you. Here's where that gets dangerous. If you don't have discernment, or if you don't have the common sense to say, hey, this is just one narrative, I can't really relate or resonate to this, I just keep saying the same thing. What happens, and where the danger part happens, right, is that people will see a message one time by one person, see the same message a second time by someone else, a third time by someone else, and so forth, right? So they'll see the same message, different messenger, and be like, oh, I just saw that 10, 15 times, different people that must be true. Everyone's saying the same thing. What you don't realize is that's an algorithm. If your algorithm knows you like this topic, it's going to flood you with that topic. Therefore, that doesn't mean that's the only perspective. It's just showing you the one perspective that you liked the first time. That does not make it gospel. That does not make it Bible. All it means is you like that perspective. So please miss me with, oh, but this person said it and that person said it and that person. I don't care how many people said it. It's just one perspective. Okay? There's a bunch out here. But again, we live on our phones. So if we see it day in and day out, we get programmed to think that's just how the world is. No, that's just how your group is. That's just the group that you are a part of, babe. That's how that group is. Not all groups, okay? And so my message really is just to have us step outside of that so we can really get to what we say we want. People say they want relationships, they want to be married. Some people say they don't because, again, exactly. They see the same message about marriage, about divorce, marriage, divorce, marriage, divorce, marriage, divorce. They see it so much that all of a sudden it becomes gospel. Whereas on my end, I see people getting married. I see people getting engaged, having beautiful engagements, having beautiful weddings, because that's what my algorithm feeds me, because that's what I want to see. I don't see too much about divorce. I don't. I think when Tiana Taylor got divorced, I think I saw maybe 2 posts about it. And that's because it was around was that Paris Fashion Week? I think it was around Paris Fashion Week. She had walked in a couple of shows. They caught her going into some shows. And because I was looking at Tiana Taylor, they were showing, everything about Tiana Taylor. So I know I saw, I think maybe twice they showed her outfits going into court. And then, yeah, I think it was like twice they showed 2 of her like court outfits. And I didn't know. I just clicked on it, and then it'd be like, oh, Tiana Taylor going to court in the caption. I'm like, oh, she look good. Like, because I'm more so looking at the fashion, and because I was looking at her and looking at the fashion, that showed up. But long story less long, I don't see too much about people getting divorced or these people breaking up, and that just doesn't run across my timeline as much, because again, I'm looking at the people who are married, people who are having kids, people who are starting a family, buying their first home together, things like that. That's just what my algorithm feeds me. Not saying other stuff doesn't happen, because again, programming, but that's just what my algorithm feeds me. Now, with saying that, the reason why, again, we need to get this figured out, maybe God needs to send us a new batch, send us a new batch of women and men, because the ones down here, their mind is already fucked up. So, and I'm not trying to reprogram nobody. I'm not trying to prove that I'm not your Justin LeBoy meme. I'm not trying to prove that to you. Not today. I don't too much have the time. Maybe if I was 19, I would try to work through, your reprogramming, but I'm not doing that at 31. I promise you I'm not. Soon as you start showing me you love the little Justin LeBoy memes, your life is a living Justin LeBoy meme. Soon as you show me that, I'm gone. I've already checked out. I've already checked out. You know what I mean? The interest is gone. It's finito. It's out the window. I don't even care no more. You know what I'm saying? We could be cool, but that's about it. It is what it is. But the reason why we need to get back to partnership and families, because it is, I'm going to calm down before I get real angry. It is very expensive out here. There is no reason. There is no reason. Let me tell you, I got a good deal on the place I live at now, okay? You'll be hard pressed trying to get me up out of here. I promise, okay? Good little deal on where I'm at. So I don't complain about that. But when I was looking, the fact that these 1 bedroom, you know what? Fuck a 1 bedroom. These studio apartments costing as much as a mortgage. And then I can't even say that, because I can only imagine what a mortgage is now compared to what it was, I would say, I'd say 6 years ago. I won't even say 10. I'd say 6 years ago. I can only imagine because I saw a TikTok video, and in this video, it was basically mentioning about, the cost of living. I think it was, I can't remember what decade it was, but it was about a 30-year span. And what they made then and how they could live then, we could never do. We could never do. I think you have to make above 115 or 120,000 to live comfortably, to live like almost upper middle class, right? That's how much you have to make. I know growing up, if you made that much, baby, you was full on rich. Like you was rich, rich. Like you was wealthy for real. Now, that is peanuts. That is dust. And if anything, COVID taught us that inflation is higher than a bitch. We need a two-income household. You gotta have a two-income household to even think about, to me, to even think about having a child. I don't know how. I do know how. Welfare, we know. I don't know why y'all would even consider it. You know what I'm saying? It is hard. I'm saying without a two income. Two incomes, you might consider and say, we could get it done. One income and a baby? Miss me. Please. Are you dumb? I'm not doing it. Do you know how much daycare is? I told my mother, you want a grandchild? Retire. First of all, I don't know how you gonna have a grandchild. Single girl, what? But if you thought you did, you need to retire because who is paying for daycare? I used to work at a daycare and it was $500 a week, not a month. $500 a week is 4 weeks in a month. It is 12 months in a year. And some people had 3, 4 kids in a daycare. So you're crazy. It is just weird. I can't even fathom how much daycare is right now. And this is why people are not having kids. Shout out to the Republicans who understand the conservatives. This is why people are not having kids. This is why, especially millennials, this is why we aren't having kids. We aren't buying houses. The people who are buying houses are the rich people, and all they're doing is buying them to rent them out. So the people, millennials, we're not owning any property. We're still renting. It's a house, but it's rented. And we can't do any of that because inflation is crazy. We can't get on any type of common ground to have a marriage, have a home, have a family. We can't even meet there because y'all so fucking consumed with what Instagram tells you and what these podcast people tell you. First of all, I run a podcast, right? I'm not telling you don't listen to podcasts. What I'm telling you is if it don't apply, let that shit fly. I don't care how many times you hear it. You can hear it 20 lamb times. If it don't apply, let it fly. Okay? Sometimes y'all hear something so many times and y'all stick it to yourselves and it don't resonate. You never been through it. You don't know the experience, but you heard it. So all of a sudden it applies to you. Fuck no. If you don't apply, let that shit fly. Okay, because then we might could get together and start to understand each other. But we can't understand each other if you are so consumed with shit that's not real. Like that was a real experience for that man. That's not a real experience for you, love. So, well, what are we really talking about right now? What are we really talking about? Well, when I listen to women, and a lot of women are doing the craziest shit, settling. I don't know nothing about settling. I promise you I don't. Only because, again, the cost of living is incredibly, incredibly high. So to settle means you have to work twice as hard, 3 times as hard. And then on top of that, you like, My biggest thing in life is to come home, be happy, be at peace. If I have to settle, that means more than likely something in my happiness and my peace has been sacrificed or compromised. I will never be okay with that. The cost of living is already too high, which means I gotta work really, really hard to only just be making it, to only just be getting shit done. I'm not doing that with a motherfucker I don't really want to be with. Sorry. I just would rather do that single. That's me personally. Listen, this is not to apply to everybody. This is just me personally, right? Like, when I look out at the landscape of these niggas out here, and again, for me personally, I may just need to get out the group that I'm in. But when I look out, I'm like, nah, dog, I can't do it. I can't. I can't do it. You feel me? Like, I just simply cannot. I definitely would need to I would need to want to be with the person. I couldn't settle. It's just so much stresses and stressors in life that I just simply I just simply could not. You know, I think that for me, I would grow to resent someone very fast if I had to settle and then I had to be stressed on top of it and then I have to realize that I compromise some sort of happiness or peace or I sacrifice a little bit of that. No, I just actually cannot. And then to think about it, like, okay, maybe I stick with the social media addicted motherfucker, right? Fine. I compromised on that. I'll deal with it. And then every time we have a disagreement, you run in to tell me about what a Justin the Boy meme said. No, see what I'm saying? Couldn't do it. But if I take my own advice, because I'm talking, you know, through me to y'all about me. If I take my own advice, if we take this advice and we separate ourselves and we go and we join a boxing class, we find us a good man, I probably will feel a little bit better, right? I won't need to feel like I sacrificed. I won't need to feel like I compromised any of my happiness, any of my peace. And that'll be good. However, if I want to make sure that I live comfortably, you know, the cost of living is what it is. The cost of living is always going to go up, and our wages, what we're paid, maybe it's never going to be equal. It's never going to be that. Not at this point. Not with capitalism, not with how much we like to buy, not with, again, with social media, how much we want to keep up with the Joneses and have everything and, you know, all of the things are things. It's never going to equal out. Fine. That's fine. What I do want to say is I simply cannot take what I was dealing with in this group and bring it to this new group. I can't I can't be in this area with like the spiritual world quotes and the Justin the Boy quotes and all of the different memes that I'm seeing in the podcasts that I listen to. I can't take all that and go into this new group where the outlook is different, the perspective is different. They even own social media. They not even on that, right? I can't take that and bring that here. I just simply cannot, because what they're gonna do is they're gonna run me out that group real fast, and I'm gonna be right back with the same motherfuckers I did not want to be with. It's just that simple. Life is way too hard to keep doing the same shit over and over that's not producing any results. So we need to get up out this social media shit where we think everything is life is just on social media and how it is and what we think it is on social media. That's not really fucking reality. We need to go out. We need to touch grass. We need to be in the streets. We need to meet people, shake their hands, see what they look like in person. Fuck these Instagram posts and these Instagram pictures, because you may think it's just girls editing their pictures. I'm gonna run that back. You may think it's just girls who edit their pictures. You will be sadly mistaken. Them niggas is running them pictures through filters. Trust and believe they are running them pictures through filters. It just is what it is. So we leave that, we go here. Don't carry none of that baggage over here, because we want to be in a relationship. We want to be thriving. I think we need to saying this is so funny, but I think we need to build back our community. You know what I'm saying? Where we were married and we were having kids, not just one or two. Like growing up, especially like with grandparents and stuff, you're like, oh yeah, my grandparents had 9 kids, my grandparents had 6 kids, and you'll say, well, they had to. Sure, we have to too. Fuck you talking about? Like, we need to do this to build to build each other up. But if we, I don't want to say it, y'all know, right? If we let social media and these algorithms, I'll just keep it cute like that. If we let them continue to intervene and get in our mind and program us with certain messages, we will never come together. We'll never be able to handle the inflation. You cannot handle the inflation and the cost of living on your own. You just cannot. And a lot of us, instead of changing our groups and going out and touching grass and meeting people in person in real time, we're like, okay, we'll move back with my parents. Okay, I'll get a roommate. There's people living out of their car, going homeless. Instead of just changing your group, like change what you do, change who you socialize with, change what you are seeing in your day to day. Change that shit up, because I'm telling you, living your life like social media is the end all be all is gonna have us all fucked up. It's no other way to put it. It's going to have us all fucked up. We simply cannot do it anymore. We have to literally turn the phone off. Just shut the phone off for a while. And again, if you don't need it for any business purposes, just delete the shit. I promise you're not going to miss anything. What you're going to find is you're going to have a lot of time on your hands, and you're going to be like, damn, what did I used to do? What was I doing before this? And you're not going to know. Pick up a fucking hobby. Crochet. I learned how to crochet. Take up running. Go to a pottery class. I don't learn how to paint. Do fucking something. But we have to get off of social media and thinking social media is everything and social media tells us everything and social media knows everything, because it is just your algorithm, babe. It is simply just your algorithm. Not that many people agree with you. Not that many people have experienced this. It is just your algorithm. There are billions and billions of people in the world. So if you simply think that all of the people in the world agree with this one idea, you're sadly mistaken. You are. And not for nothing, a lot of people say, well, I just gotta move. If I move out, if I move from where I am, if I move to a different state, if I move towns, if I just move, right? If I'm no longer here, problem solved. No. Favorite quote, I've heard it almost everywhere now. You take you wherever you fucking go. Again, you are what you attract, and you take you wherever you go. So if the shit don't make sense where you are right now in present day, it won't make sense where the fuck you move to. So if you're here, let's say you live in Atlanta. Shit ain't making sense in Atlanta. You so tired of the men in Atlanta. You like, you know what? I can't do this here. I can't do this here. None of these niggas is this. I'm gonna go to New York. Bitch, you taking you to New York? You gonna get to New York and experience the same shit because you didn't leave or you know, you didn't change what you're attracted to. You just changed the location. And you took you and all the same shit that you was about and into right to New York. I live in Connecticut. If I move to Texas and I don't change nothing about me, I'm going to deal with the same shit that I'm dealing with in Connecticut in Texas. I have to change me. I have to change. If I think I'm boring as hell in Connecticut, it don't matter where I go, I'm going to be just as fucking boring because I have to change A lot of us don't want to accept that. A lot of us want to, it's because of this, it's because of that, it's because of this, it's because of that. When in actuality, it's because of, just be honest. Just be honest. You sat on your phone all goddamn day. You scrolled your phone. You sent all these messages to all your group chats. You laughed. You had a good kiki. And you woke up and did the same shit the next day. And the next day. And the next day. And then December 31st comes around. And you want to have all these new plans. You have all these regrets. When in all actuality, you're taking you into the same year. Like you're going into a new year taking the same you. At some point, we got to figure out it's us. I am what I attract. Own that shit and decide to change it. It's just that fucking simple. When you're bored on a day, go out, call up that random friend and say, hey, let's go hiking on such and such trail and let's just enjoy ourselves. Let's go to the park and sit out and have a drink or something. Like, you have to do things that are different and puts you out in different areas so you aren't attracting the same shit. Find out what type of man you want and understand that type of man's lifestyle. You want an entrepreneur. Okay, well, what do entrepreneurs do? They get up fucking early. Depending on what type of man he is, he get up early. You want you a contractor, a construction worker. Well, girl, you better be down at Lowe's trying to look at motherfucking lights and shit and all kind of dumb shit, doorknobs and getting you some screws. Girl, just be down there. Okay, go on Tuesday and Thursdays. Different times, your lunch break. Oh, I'm gonna go grab me some nuts and bolts. I don't know, babe, but you need to you need to put yourself in the right places at the right times. And I can promise you, them hashtag parties, them clubs, them lounges, barely them fucking day parties is getting it done, because it's just not getting it done. You know what I mean? You may run into one or two, but it ain't the quality that you want. Not what the people are saying they want. Not what the people are saying they want. And it'd be so funny because what I be telling people is just admit you attracted to the lit bitch. Just admit you attracted to the lit nigga. Once you admit that, then you can accept what come with that lifestyle. But until then, you won't be in the same hamster wheel saying the same shit. Just admit it. Just admit you attracted to the lit bitch and that bitch want to be flued out. I don't know, get your money up. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Because not for nothing, y'all do be attracted to them. And they'll tell me, no, well, we're not really. Not all niggas like that. But then in the same breath, I digress. All I will say is we need to cut the shit, get off of social media. Every time even, it's not even that I'll talk to you, but like we could have conversation, just brief, quick, casual talks. And I clock out because, you know, sometimes, you know, you can have like flirty messages and things like that. I clock out when I start seeing you podcast and meme me to death. It don't even got to be directly to me, but if I click on your page, your stories, whatever, and you're constantly reposting memes and reels and having all these long theses and dissertations about women ain't shit and women don't. Done. Finito. It's no more conversation needs to be had, no more flirty, nothing, because you've already showed me, oh, you still with that program. Okay. I'm good on you, babe, because you still with that program. You still with that dumb shit. Okay. Moving on. You know, and it is what it is. I think, like I always said, it's a sick population. I don't want to be a part of it no more. I beg of you, if you're watching, if you're listening, don't be a part of the shit no more. Just simply change groups. Change groups. Because then if you change groups and you get into a group that is all about relationships, love, engagements, marriage, kids, building a family, buying their first home, all of that stuff. When you get into that group, right, then you can move you wherever you want, because you're taking that program with you. You're taking that, those socialization skills with you. You can now go anywhere and meet that same body of people, because that's who you are and that's what you are attracting. But if you go wherever you go and you are only a part of the ass shaking and the drinking and the smoking and the turning up and being around the lit bitches and all this other stuff, when that's your life, that's what you're going to attract. And if that's what you're into, then that's what you're into. But at the end of the day, just know that does not apply to every person you meet. That applies to the program you are a part of, the group you are a part of. And if you're on social media and that shit is not relevant to you, just let it fly. It's okay to have a conversation here and there, you know what I mean? Especially when it's like something that goes viral. I don't mind that. Like if it goes viral and you talk on it, I don't care. It's when it's consistent. You just, every time you got a comment, and it don't be one sentence, it be paragraphs. That's insane to me. And I hate it for us. Whew, I hate it for us. It's so expensive out here. We need to be doing this together. Man and woman, Adam's rib. We need to be doing this together, embraced, because without it, we are fucked. And that just is what it is. But that's my little 2 cents. That's all I got for you guys today. I promise. I just wanted to come and just chat it up with y'all. For real, for real. I didn't want to come in too serious. It was the 4th of July, represent my country. So I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just sit down and let's just chop it up. We're not going to talk anything too heavy. I didn't want to get too deep into the inflation conversation and the cost of living and things like that, because we all know. We all know how stressful that is. We are all living in it and we are all dealing with it. Some days you like, damn, do I want to buy the milk or the bread? You know what I'm saying? Some days you get both. Some days you get none. It just is what it is. But damn it, if we could come together and realize that we don't have to fight with each other based on some shit we seen on social media, we can actually lock in and be together and be good, then hey, we may overcome about this bitch. But until then, it is what it is. I'm gonna try to get about this group, out this program, so I can see something better, so I can be a part of something better, because that's what I want for myself. I say what I mean and I mean what I say, okay? And with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in each and every Sunday. I appreciate y'all like y'all appreciate me. I know you don't gotta tell me. I know. And yeah, we will be chatting next Sunday. Thank you guys so much. Once again, please give me all of your feedback, all of your comments. But again, like always, don't debate me. Exactly. Debate your granny, because I don't give a fuck. So with that being said, I will talk to y'all next week. Bye.